Every lottery ticket purchase keeps education in our state moving forward. In fact, the lottery has raised more than $200 million for state school buses to get our students to school safely every day. Then, the lottery helps those students go even further in their education by funding the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. So remember, when you play the lottery, you're keeping South Carolina students on the road to success. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Tawala Sharp filling in for Mo Kelly later here on KFI. And yes, I do not like Sex and the City. I didn't like any of the movies. I didn't like any of the spinoff, the Carrie Lawson. I don't like any of that. I tried to watch that show. And I think it's because, maybe I was dating someone who watched the show. And so for over there and it was on, it was like, shh, Sex and the City's on. And I'm like, oh my God, shoot me now.
You've got PTSD from it.
No, it's not PTSD. It was just like, I could not get into it. It was just such a grating show to me. It was like, okay, so you're going to just take your fingernails and put them all across the chalkboard. That was me back in the day. I absolutely despised it. Right. And then super producer Kayla, she came to me one day and she said, Tal, I got this idea. Okay, I'm going to run this by you. All right. I'm bouncing this off of people. I'm going to do a podcast based on Sex and the City's influence on women who grew up watching it, how our lives may parallel where it is now. And I'm going to get a group of 30-something young women together, kind of within the age range of the original Sex and the City crew. And we're going to watch each episode. And then we're going to break it down, give it in-depth analysis, and bring our own personal lives into it, almost like we are the audio representation of the Sex and the City crew. And so Sex in the City of Angels being Los Angeles, was born. And I'm like, super producer Kayla, that show has hit written all over it. Why? Because I know the fandom, it's almost Trekkian for those who are down with it. And I say that because the fandom is just so overwhelming. And I said, hey, I know I like listening to the podcast because it's giving me a new perspective on what the show is about. But I wanted to bring Kayla on to introduce the podcast and let you know why you should be tuning into Sex in the City of Angels.
Thank you, Mr. Bear. Well, I appreciate the way you set that up. It was just chef's kiss perfection because that's exactly what we do. 4 single women in their 30s dating today, rewatching and breaking down Sex in the City on Sex in the City of Angels. And we again talk about what aged well, what we can relate to, what is so cringe today, what social media is saying about the show and the girls. And I must say, I didn't realize how relatable it was until I started doing this podcast, because I watched it as like, oh, those girls are crazy. I can't relate to them. And I started breaking down the episodes on the microphone. I'm like, oh my God, I did do that. We did do that. Wow. This last episode, we talked about celibacy and ooh. Yeah, and how that plays out, if that's, fun or not. We talked about getting too comfortable in front of your partner, whereas, bodily things happen. Mm-hmm. And is that okay? Is it not okay? How do you handle it if something like that happens? How do you handle that? How do you handle that? Things like that. And it's just been a lot of fun working with these 3 other women that I'm super close with and getting on the microphone and sharing all of our experiences. Shame-free.
Absolutely shame-free.
Yeah.
Because this show is not for kids. Okay. No. You all use some language that made me turn red, and I'm a nice chocolatey brown. And I was like, damn. Okay, so this is what we're saying, huh? Y'all just putting it all out. No code, no nothing. It's just woo. Who?
Actually, Marla Tejas from Fox. She's a listener and she's been so supportive of the show. I just love her very much. She texted me about something I said on the microphone, like, "Oh my God, Kayla, that is like crazy that you do that. That is such, a wild thing to do, but a good idea, no less." And I'm like, oh, wow. Wow.
You're putting it all out.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot that, people know who I am and I'm not just in a studio with these 3 other women. People are listening, people I work with. And
do your siblings listen?
I told my brothers they aren't allowed to listen. So no, my brothers don't. My sister's one of my co-hosts. So and we talk anyway. We're best friends. So we know each other.
About your brothers.
Yeah. Heavens no. God, no. They don't listen.
Because I remember with Pettyish, that was just trout mouth madness. The stuff that y'all were talking about Pettyish was outright filthy. It would put Red Fox and Richard Pryor to shame in their heyday. It was, y'all were going there with some stuff.
Well, yeah, Pettyish is definitely coming back like next week. And my brothers do listen. Well, a couple brothers tapped out. I got 3 of them. 2 of them were like, "I can't do this. I will not do this."
I wouldn't listen to my sister things, no.
But my one brother respects it. I am a 30-something-year-old woman.
Yes, you're grown.
And I've lived a life.
You have. You are grown.
And get my streaming numbers up, brothers.
You are a woman. I hear you roaring. What do you want most from Sex and the City of Angels? What is your ultimate goal with this podcast?
I honestly just want to relate to single women in their 30s today because I feel like it's much more common now, especially in a city like LA. I like to have the community. We had our first Sex and the City event where we did trivia and connected with, it was a bunch of single women there. And we just connected.
Oh, this was a live event, not online?
This was a live event. We had it at a restaurant in Inglewood. We gave out balloons and roses to everybody, and we gave out gifts to the trivia winners, gift cards and candles, nothing too crazy. But yeah, I feel like there's a sense of community. Sex and the City is community, man. Like if you are a Sex and the City girly, you are my type of girly. So I feel as though it just kind of brings us together and gives us a space to talk about this judgment free. Because one thing those girls didn't do is judge each other. And I feel as though all the single women coming together and talking about this stuff, and men actually, for our episode that's airing, we have Mr. John Sally joining, and because a lot of the negative backlash that I get is that we men bash. You were one of those people who said that to me. And I wanted to get the man's perspective. So John Sally gave amazing perspective about how Sex and the City did not liberate us, but instead stifled us and made us compete against each other and want to work harder when we don't have to, which was insightful. So we have an hour-long episode with him.
Well, I cannot wait to hear that. Oh, because I know it was
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Very good stuff, though. So much fun. Make sure you tune in.
I love it. Now, are you just doing one season where you talk about all of the shows and the movies all at once?
No, it's going season by season. So we just, season 1, the covering of season 1 wraps up next Tuesday. They drop Tuesday at noon.
Okay.
And then we'll have the bonus episodes with, John Sally and some other big name guests that I have coming on the show that I don't want to speak too soon on. And then after that is all fun and done, we'll do season 2 and then season 3. And then, we go all the way down to the movies, but they break down season by season, like on the show with our podcast. So we have 6 seasons and then 2 movies to cover. And just like that. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And
most importantly, where can they find it and what time does it post?
Anywhere you get podcasts, every Tuesday at 12 noon. And to keep up with the latest in our little clips, follow us on social media at Sex in the City of Angels.
Do you have a website yet?
I work in radio.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a website soon, though.
I got you. It's coming. Yeah. We know billions of people that design websites listen. So if you would like to donate a designed website to Sex in the City of Angels, hit them on the DM. Don't send anything lewd. Don't send any D pics or anything like that. Just keep it cool. Okay.
Yeah, we'll throw some coins your way if you want to do our website. That'd be
there
great.
You go.
Yeah. That's up. Sex in the City of Angels.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Love you. Thank you for sharing that information.
Thank you, Mr.
with
Bear.
us. Something that I took from Sex in the City, the series, and even from listening to y'all's show is how weird it can be dating. How weird it can be. And having you on tonight, I said to myself, I want to get into some things that you should and should not say on your first date? Like, what are the most important questions you need to ask someone when you're on your first date?
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Twala Sharp filling in for Mo Kelly later. And I don't know about you, Mark. You have a girl, so dating is not really a thing. It's like when you have someone.
I'm fully dead inside.
Yeah, you're there. Foosh, have you returned to the dating scene?
I'm trying.
Okay, no, hey, bro, look, I'm there with you, no judgment. And super producer Kayla, are you out and about in the dating world, or are you all cuffed up?
Oh, Jesus. No, I love dating. It's so fun.
There you go. All right. I have not been on a date in God knows when, but that comes with working every single night. All right. And then having to recoup and rest and all that on the weekends. It's like one of those like, yeah, go on a date. Psh, I'm trying to get this sleep. Like if we want to go to a place where we can just lay down and go to sleep for a few hours, that's a date.
Just cut right to the chase.
Yeah. I mean, look, yes.
Just put your money down on the dresser and
look, you know what? I can't even, literally, I might be too tired and disappoint. I'm at the point where I'm so tired. It is ridiculous. And that's why I love my weekends, because I get to sleep and recuperate. But again, it doesn't leave a lot of room for dating. Plus, how many places are open after like 10, 11 o'clock when I'm leaving here, right?
No place reputable.
And look, I love here so much, and I'm not going to the club.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Cause I don't drink. I don't smoke, and I'm not out there, chasing. So what am I doing at the club? No, I'd rather not. And dating apps are whack. They're all whack. They're all trash. I think they're all run by the same person. And I think somehow, some way, Mark Zuckerberg is helping to moderate every dating app profile. I just believe that.
I think
because
so
they all have this weird kind of vibe and has this Mark Zuckerberg kind of ness to it. Ugh.
Well, who could resist him? Like if you have a fetish for Harpo Marx, who could resist him?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut. I love that. Yeah. I see that. Yes. I see what you did there. I saw this list that has a breakdown of 29 illuminating questions everyone should ask on a first date to not only help break the ice, but to get to know someone quickly. Because I don't know if any of y'all saw that story about the woman who went on a conjugal visit with the inmate here in SoCal and was murdered as a result. I'm like, what? It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad where you're like, you know what? I'm going to go get this conjugal visit. Like, no, there's other dudes out there. You don't need the conjugal.
Well, he was a murderer, so chances were pretty high that she would get murdered.
I'm saying, like, you know what? That to me is one of those, what did his profile pic look like if you were like, he's a murderer, but I'm going to risk it because I need that conjugal? Like, that's one of those, like, I don't know.
There's plenty of good toys out there. You don't have to do that.
No, you would think a prison date is a minor red flag.
Just a little bit.
That's one of those things where I say to myself, you're in what prison? Nah. You're telling me you work there. Oh, no. You stay there? No. That's not a date. That's not a date at all. But I wanted to go through some of these questions with the crew tonight and see if these questions hit you right, if this is what you could be expecting on the first day, especially since we have super producer Kayla here who can say, like, if any dude was to ask her this, would she be like, check, please? Or would she say, tell me more? Question number 1, and this is just the first one on the list.
Okay.
And we're on a date. We're at dinner.
Okay.
We're waiting for our food to come. I look over at you over the candlelight and I say, Kayla, if you could travel anywhere right now, where would you go?
Ooh, I love thought-provoking questions.
Wow.
I love that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, okay, if you were to ask me that and I say nowhere, walk away.
Yeah,
because that means I'm some type of weird hermit that has no passions for doing anything in life.
Which you kind of are pretty close to, so I'm happy that there's certain places you want to go.
There's lots of places.
Just not via boat.
I'll go on a boat. I'll get on the cruise. Yeah, I would actually
okay.
I'd go on a weekend cruise with a young lady.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. Unless she drinks, because I've seen women drunk on the boat. You see them fall, it's not a good look.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not a good look. Wigs everywhere. It was bad on the boat. It was bad. Underwear showing. Woo, it's bad. Word. All right. Something else that a young man could ask you, or a young woman, doesn't matter. What's something you want to learn or get better at?
See, I feel like these questions are really trying to get to know somebody as opposed to just, I'm here for one thing.
It sounds like a job interview. What are you doing?
I love it. I have been on dates
see?
where men told me, am I being interviewed right now? But it's like, I like to talk.
You
and
like
ask
to
questions.
talk? Okay. All right.
I love these questions.
And this question, actually, Mark, would enable you to understand if the person wants to develop or better themselves and how, versus, I'm good where I'm at. That's like, oh, so you're just stuck on you did
Red flag.
No plan for nothing. This
I'd
is
be
it.
asking stuff like, are those your own teeth, or are you into crypto?
Thank God you have a girlfriend, Mark. Thank God you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you are.
Just barely.
Thank God you are taking.
I literally would probably go to the bathroom on our date, Mark, and then never come back.
and not be back.
Exactly.
All right, Kayla, what are you looking for at the moment? Is that too broad?
What the heck does that mean?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
too broad.
Gold?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
too
that
broad.
question.
Yeah, that one's why.
A salad fork.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like that one. Like, I like a clean glass. Waiter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a trash question. Way too broad. Okay. What's something I wouldn't guess about you?
You wouldn't get. This is the first date. What would you guess about me?
Right? That's another lever. Dudes, don't use that one.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Dudes, don't use that one. Don't use that one.
Up.
And it says that this question is a bit mischievous and flirtatious, but even me saying it right now, it was a turnoff for me saying it.
Yeah,
I don't
didn't
like
that
saying
one.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, this one, I don't agree with this one, but I wouldn't be asking this of me. But Kayla, if you're on a date, you could ask this of someone. What's your favorite place on earth? Like, wait, what? What are you talking about? And at that point, I'm looking at you and I'm saying, wait, what?
Well, if the answer is the clinic, then just back away.
I was the snow-capped mountains.
Oh, yeah.
The snow-capped
I
mountains.
love them.
Okay. That would let you know you need to walk away because you're not going to be able to afford this young lady. We're sitting here at Sister. She talks about snow-capped mountains.
I do love them.
I love it. Oh my God. Okay, just one more because I know we got to go break. I know, Foosh. See, I don't know if I can say this one. I don't know if this is something anyone would answer. Tell me something you haven't told anyone else.
Who the heck are you?
Right?
No,
Sicko.
That's weird.
You weirdo. You.
Okay, that's a little bit.
That's
yeah.
weird, right?
Right?
Like, that's one of those, like, hey, call your friend and say, hey, can you just come into the restaurant again?
Seriously.
I was just gonna say, I'm like, that's the kind of stories that I get because they'll never see me again. So it's like, why would you ask that on a first date?
Seriously.
Yeah, that's
too
that's
much.
something you say, that's a definite
To a stranger.
turn off. To a stranger. Yeah, first date.
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
All right, we got more. And I love this list so far because there's some that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, tell me something you haven't told anyone else. It's like, what?
Is this a date that takes place in a confessional?
Yeah, right.
Will
Sounds
we
like it.
Be having some wine and a wafer for dinner?
Something.
No bueno.
Well, if it is, oh no, I'm not gonna say. Oh, I would have gotten so
Careful.
much trouble.
Let's not make-
much trouble because I was gonna
No,
go with
don't.
that confession line. Look, let's just go to break.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It is Later with Mo Kelly with yours truly, Tawala Sharp, filling in for Mo, who will be back on Monday. He was filling in for Bill Handel yesterday and today, and that's why I was here yesterday and why I'm here today. Right now, we are continuing a conversation we started last segment, examining a list of the most pertinent questions you can ask on a first date. Are they? Or are they questions that would get you left at the restaurant waiting for someone to come back from the restroom? I think question, what is it, number 7 here? What's your dream job? I think that's a stupid question.
That's actually, one of my go-to questions. It's not what's your dream job, but I say like if education or money and stuff doesn't matter, like you could do anything in this world, what would it be? I would love to like go on a safari and record cheetahs. You know, things like, no? All right. Well,
Yeah.
The guys love it. They eat it up.
I can see that, and I guess for you, it allows you to find out what motivates and inspires someone while discovering their values and characteristics and qualities that may or may not match yours. So okay.
Exactly.
These are the cheesiest questions I've ever heard. Let me tell you something. I used to take my laptop to cafes to write my comic book scripts, and I would hear people on coffee dates asking each other stuff like this, and I just wanted to put them both out of their misery because it was excruciating.
Mark, dating is tough, man. It is really tough, and we are in a world right now where I swear the notion of at least when I've talked to some of the fellas, and it's like, man, I'm not about to go up and ask a young lady anything because I'm not about to get yelled at or this. It's literally, I know it is based on maybe whatever stereotype,
Fear.
whatever thing is happening in social media where there's just bashing on both sides. It's like on social media, and those of us in society that's all we do is look at social media and at dinner, you know, in the morning on the toilet, whatever. If that's your life, then all you will see is a nonstop stream of men bashing women, women bashing men, and then if you have a guy that steps up and says, man, fellas, we got to stop bashing women, then you see people bashing them on both sides, or vice versa with a woman. It's just, we're in a time and space of toxicity, at least when it comes to being able to communicate with each other. And with social media, we're literally putting everything out there. We're taking away all of the mystery as it is. If we post everything that we eat, everything we do during the day, why are we having the conversation? You can just look at my social media and say, oh yeah, I follow you, so I know what you did today. What are we talking about at dinner?
I'm pretty sure I let out some audible groans when I was overhearing these conversations. Like, tell me about your long-term goals.
Oh, Mark, you are so cruel.
You're a curmudgeon, Mark.
Don't blame the victim. I had to listen to this
You're
crap.
not the victim. The people who had to sit next to you grunting are.
Oh, please.
Okay, so if you were to overhear me asking, oh, well, you just said second, and I was about to say number 9, exactly what you just said. If you didn't have to work to support yourself, how would you spend your time? You would groan at that?
Yeah, I'd stand up and just choke you out and put you out of your misery right
Jesus,
there.
Mark.
Man.
You gotta be kidding. You're gonna like sit there with somebody you've never met before and go down a list of questions like you're interviewing them for a job at Hot Dog on a Stick.
You are interviewing.
Well, actually, never mind.
The person you choose as your partner is very, oh, Jesus. All right. It's very important. You should interview whoever you're going to choose to spend your life with.
How about just hanging out with them and see if you get along for a half hour?
People wear masks.
If you get through a half hour, maybe have a drink, and you don't want to gouge each other's eyes out, that's a plus. You're in the W column.
You are the only one in a relationship, so I guess I should listen.
I mean, maybe you know better than us.
No.
Doubt it.
Please proceed.
But I'm just saying, I don't know, Mark. I don't know.
There's the next guest right there, Kayla.
Oh my goodness. I think if I was to ask, is there anything you don't eat? That's worth getting slapped over, though. Yeah.
Well, you don't know what kind of answer you're going to get on that. So maybe just skip that one.
You do love to cook, Mr. Bear.
I do.
So it's like, is there anything you don't eat? I plan on cooking you a nice meal, a nice little.
So make sure I have a follow up.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. While we're at restaurant, I can kind of like smirk at the food and say, I cook better than this. Tell me, is there anything you don't eat? I'm going to make you a meal for real.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take it back. That one is not as corny cornball as I thought. I don't know about what appeals to you the most about living here. What do you?
The snow-capped mountains.
There's no snow-capped mountains here. Oh, there are.
There are.
Yeah, on occasion. We get a little snow. If you could go on holiday with anyone right now, who would you go with? Wait, what? Because what if it's not you? That's setting yourself up.
Well, it's not going to be you. It's your first date.
It's Marilyn Monroe. Like, it's cute. Have fun.
Okay.
Right?
Have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If they answer like Gary Ridgway, you're in trouble.
I don't know who that is.
That's a serial killer.
Okay.
What if they answer Mark Zuckerberg? Is that okay?
Get the hell out of there fast.
Run. Can you tell me about your family? Or tell me about your family? Is that too much on the first date?
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, I'll tell you about my family. They're great.
Okay. What are your favorite TV shows? That's corny.
Excuse me.
No, that's safe. That's kind of safe. You're not going to get
I was going
yourself.
to say that's probably the easiest one so far.
Also, if you watch different shows, you're completely incompatible and it's never going to work out.
That's not true.
Wow. No. I didn't think about that. Because if I say like, oh, no, I love
anime,
Daredevil or anime, that's like my favorite thing right now. If I get like a look, oh, that's it.
I did actually stop talking to a guy because he talked to me way too long on the phone about anime, not anime. And I was like, oh, yeah, this isn't going to work. So maybe you do have a point there.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to have to put that front and center because I know for a fact if I say like, oh, man, we're going to go and watch, whatever, some murderous action film. And it's like, oh, I'm not really into that. I need to just go on and bail.
If you're sitting across the table from somebody who reveals to you that they watch nothing but like The Bachelor and Real Housewives, something like that, pretty much to take out a restraining order right then and there.
What the heck, Mark?
Restraining order.
These responses are so extreme.
Well, we're living in extreme times.
I'm not mad at that one, though. I'm not mad at that.
Housewives is great.
That is a little extreme.
Yeah, well, okay.
But but on that side of it, yeah, if you're with a girl who's like, my favorite shows are the Real Housewives, it's like, all right, well, that's your deal, but we're not gonna match up in that aspect.
Yeah.
Restraining order.
Yeah.
Well,
Restraining order.
Apparently.
Oh, this is my question because I need to know. What would you do if a zombie apocalypse broke out right now?
Just because you have a foolproof plan doesn't mean everybody else in the world does.
Look, I need to know, am I leaving you behind or can I bring you, are you going to be dead weight as I enact my plan? Or, or do I have to go on and like let you become zombie bait so that I have even more of a head start? I need to know.
That's my plan to get bit.
I couldn't tell if I would like a person for asking me that or if I would think that they were insane. And I've written zombie comics.
Look, there's a little bit of insanity in all of us, and I think we need to get that on the table first date.
What would you do in a zombie apocalypse? Well, I locked myself into a liquor store.
I mean,
okay.
That just shatters the ice. I think that would be a great first date question.
See, Foosh?
It'd be weird, but you kind of laugh at it, and then even if you don't want to answer it, honestly, it doesn't matter because it's like, whoa, okay.
Foosh, I'm getting this list to you so you can get back out there. We're going to get out there. We're going to go on and find ourselves in a runner-like position sooner than later.
I don't know what that means, and I don't like it.
No, look.
I don't like it either.
We're going to be runnered.
Oh, God.
Yes, please.
See? Foosh is with it.
Well, let's have a couple more. Come on.
Okay.
Actually, break.
What?
Ask one more. Ask a couple more, Mr. Bear.
Okay, all right, look. Okay, Foosh. All right. We'll follow the clock, and we'll come back with a few more then. All right, okay. It's KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, going to break because Foosh said so.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Gonna wrap up this hour with some more questions to be asked on your first date because there are a few more. And I like this. I like knowing how people would respond. Like, on this date, Kayla, if you're asked, if your life were a movie, who would play you?
Halle Berry.
Oh, so that's
just kidding.
No, but you instantly thought. You didn't even question.
Oh, I like that question.
Validity of the question. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's great.
That's good that you have healthy self-esteem.
It sounds
that comes
like you
across.
Do you not agree? Or are you saying that?
I think if you ask somebody that question and they answer Ron Jeremy, flee.
Okay.
Flee as fast as you can.
Restraining order.
Okay. Restraining order.
Shots fired.
I think so.
Does that?
He fired. Mark fired shots at me.
He tried to attack. He tried to shoot you.
No, like.
It's all with love.
Oh, okay.
I accept honor.
Okay. What do you like to read? This is something that I would ask. I want to know, like, what do you like to read? Because if I say, I like reading comic books. I, of course, like reading the news. I like reading periodicals and science stories and things like that. I like reading all type of stuff. So if I ask you, what do you like to read? You're just like Elle magazine. And this, I'm like,
No, that's an excellent question. And it reminds me of John Waters, the filmmaker. He says if you go to somebody's house and you don't see any books, don't blank them.
All right.
Oh.
I do love to talk books. That's a really good question. And to Ronner's point, I do like to exchange my books with my dates and see, if they read it for real. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this question. Who has been the most influential person in your life? I like that question. If I was asked that question, or if I was asking that question, I think that's a good one. I think who has been, because it allows you, at least from my perspective, it allows me to see what it is that's inspired you. Like if you were to say, your first grade teacher, because that'll, I think it gives you the opportunity to really talk about yourself and why this person influenced you. So I like that one.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. If you could be anyone for a day, who would it be? Oh, that's kind of fresh.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
That's
I like
fun.
that one. Yeah. Again, if they say Ron Jeremy, flee. But still, I like that question.
Well, that depends. Young Ron Jeremy or
Oh, God.
current Ron Jeremy?
is he
actually,
current,
both-
is he current anymore?
No, never mind. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
This is just going to get nastier.
I didn't know if he was current. I thought he was gone.
No.
Oh my God, I had to Google who he is. You guys are nuts. That's wild.
Wow.
You guys are crazy.
Literally, where's her rim shot?
I think we've said enough.
Oh my God.
Oh. Okay. Do you still keep in touch with your childhood friends? Because I know I do. I keep in touch with my boys.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, with high school, I got one high school friend. Everybody else pretty adult. But.
Okay.
No, but would you like that question?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, I forgot about indeed. Yes, I like that.
She was
question.
answering it. Have you ever been in witness protection?
They can't tell you
one of
that.
them? No? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they can tell you that if they were, right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's a CIA coming out.
Yeah, see. What's the worst pickup line you've ever heard dished out?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
That's probably more for Kayla, like women in general.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like that question. I mean, maybe I would. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool conversation.
I think and this allows you to know which pitfalls to avoid. So it allows you to know, like, ooh, okay, if you say like, I heard this, that, and the other, and you can go like, okay, all right, avoid that. Avoid saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear some real ones that Kayla has had inflicted on her.
Oh, pickup lines. So recently, actually, somebody gave me a birthday card, and it said to Michaela, which is not my name, who is
Oops. Damn. Wow. Damn. Off the top. Damn.
who is like God, which I appreciated, and it was
Dear occupant.
well, yeah.
Oh, no. What did it say?
Well, the card said that, some women are smart, some women are beautiful. You are everything in one, and happy birthday to you. It had $20 in it, and I just felt like I'm not 11. Why are you giving me a $20 birthday card?
Oh my God. Not only did you get your name wrong, but they treat you like a kid.
Exactly. That
Yeah,
just happened actually the other day.
When it becomes a transaction, that's a little unsavory, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Wow.
I try not to spend that whole $20 in one place.
Wrong name and a $20.
And
Yeah,
a 20.
I'm a grown woman.
And a 20.
Thank you for my $20.
That's what your drunk uncle says.
Buy
Okay.
yourself something nice, baby.
Yeah. But not even your real uncle, the person that you call him uncle.
That's
and you
that's
always
like
get
the
your name
family
wrong.
friend uncle.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was giving. That's what it was giving. Yeah.
It's weird. I have not been on a date or haven't tried picking up anyone so long. I can't even remember what a line, like I'm trying to like manifest a line, like what would that game, what would I spit? I'm trying to think of something.
Girl, did that hurt? What? When you fell from heaven? Something like that. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. People say that.
How about hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what's wrong with just hello?
That's not a pickup line. That's just a greeting, sir.
But it's far less cheesy, and it's far less likely to get a drink thrown on you.
You make your points.
I mean, yes.
I see both sides, but yeah.
I don't know. To me, I don't necessarily like lines. Or have I used any even on social media dating? Nah, because it's like even my thing is just look, this is me. I am a Scorpio to the core, and if that gives you a warning enough where you want to head for the hills, sure, cool, be out. But I'm not really I think the one, well, on my profile, I had one line from that I like just to kind of get a reference point for someone who would understand where I'm coming from. And I said, I'm looking for a woman who can excite my intellect as well as my loins.
If you said loins.
And I said loins, and then, but, and then I said, ... a woman who actually gets that quote. Because that is a line from Coming to America, something that he said in the film.
I was going to say, yeah, when it comes to lines, I think now it has to be a connection of, do they understand either the reference or like the era?
Yes, madam, you give me a stirring in my loins.
Yeah.
But Twala, if you're leading off with astrology, though, I don't know about that. Have you actually done that? Like, I'm a Gemini, and
that explains so much.
Imagine going up to somebody and say, hey, I'm a Gemini. If you're with me, it'd be like having a three-way.
All right.
Well, okay.
Wait,
how did you get
talk about getting a drink thrown in your face?
Well, Gemini is the twins, and
we get it, Ron.
You must respect people's beliefs if they believe in astrology.
It's pretty awful.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
That's probably what happened at the CIA bars. You couldn't go to the regular bars.
Shots fired. All right. It's going to get out of here. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You can listen to KFI everywhere, like you haven't noticed.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio.
Every lottery ticket purchase keeps education in our state moving forward. In fact, the lottery has raised more than $200 million for state school buses to get our students to school safely every day. Then, the lottery helps those students go even further in their education by funding the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. So remember, when you play the lottery, you're keeping South Carolina students on the road to success. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.